Okay, you guys. So, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail of this latest video, classic chrisjaammm discussion slash rant here on the channel. So, the new Age of the Primes Leader Class Big Convoy that was just revealed a couple days ago at the time of this recording at San Diego Comic-Con. I have some thoughts on this figure. Now, as some of you may know, some of you may not know, because people think mid equals bad for the most part online. I don't think this figure is bad. I just think it's mid tier, hence the word mid. There's some things I like, but there's also a lot that I don't like on how they handled this new version of Big Convoy. So let's start off with some of the things I like. Then we're going to delve into the things that I do not like about this figure. So, the articulation. It does seem like the articulation is going to be improved on a little bit. It's not a whole lot to the point where, oh my god, this is insane. I mean, he's got wrist swivel. It looks like with the old figure, he kind of did have a butterfly joint. He was able to hold weapons with two hands, but it wasn't a butterfly joint like this. So I do appreciate that has been added to the figure. It was mostly just like extra play in the ball joints of the arms on the original figure. It wasn't like an official butterfly joint. So I like that as well. The head movement, I don't know. It kind of looks the same amount as the old figure, so nothing really improved there. Everything else is pretty much the same articulation-wise to the old figure. Because, that original, 1998, 1999 release was ahead of its time, and it's still a great figure for today's standards. I like that about the figure. I like that the mammoth mode probably will not have that soft rubbery plastic trunk, the nose trunk there, whatever you call it. That gimmick, that was a little pointless and annoying to me. That looks like it's going to be solid articulated plastic, which I do like that. But outside of that, there's not really a whole lot here that I think, oh wow, this is such a big improvement over the original. I mean, you swap out visible ball joints for mushroom pegs. It's really not that much of an improvement there. So let's talk about some major things I don't like. So first up here, the Matrix. I don't think this looks better than the original Matrix. First off, it was in vac metal chrome. It looks to be bigger. There looks to be a lot more defined sculpt to that original Matrix. This one just really falls flat. It even looks flat in terms of how they sculpted the shape of the Matrix. And on top of that, of course, there's no vac metal chrome to really bring out those details and to look as beautiful as that original Matrix does. So right off the bat, that accessory just falls super flat. His missile things from his legs, those obviously aren't going to fire. They can't do spring-loaded missiles anymore in the big 2025 for a leader class figure. I know it's insane. These things are over $60 now, but that's just the reality we live in. The missiles themselves, they look kind of small and just dinky looking. They don't really look too intimidating or cool like those original weapons looked on the figure. They look a lot smaller and just not as intimidating and epic looking, in my opinion. And you look at his, I'm trying to blank on what his rifle is called, or his big, blaster cannon. There's nothing wrong with it per se, but it's a complaint I have overall with the figure. The weapon, the robot mode, the mammoth mode, the overall shape of it just falls flat. It doesn't seem as elegant and as grand looking as that original figure was. The kibble management seems actually worse in some areas. Like the hip section, there's a lot more kibble than there should be. It just should be the mammoth legs as those thrusters slash hip cannon things. There shouldn't be that extra kibble on the side there. And they really dropped the ball with that. And then the kibble on the bottom of the legs, it seems a lot more defined than it really should be, like what you saw in that original figure. On the original figure, it was the side leg flip-out cannons, and then on the back, it was the second half of the mammoth legs. With this, it seems that there's a lot more kibble involved on those legs, and it really throws off the kind of silhouette that was brought to the table on that original design of the figure. So I don't really like that at all. And you look at his baton things, the weapons that flip out of his forearms, those are so dinky and awful. Oh my lord. Like, I cannot believe how small those things are in relation to his arm and the original size of them with the figure. They were never like a great size to begin with, but the fact that they made them even smaller on this release is absolutely pathetic. And correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't they the wrong color? Shouldn't they be red? So all around, that inclusion of the flip out forearm weapon there is terrible to me. It's too small to look cool or intimidating at all, and I'm pretty sure it's the wrong color too. So either way, that weapon is awful. I can't really find any images of his flip out leg cannons and how those incorporate. Yeah, I can't find that. So I don't know how that's gonna work. The storage of his big cannon somehow looks worse and less interesting compared to the original. The shapes just fall flat on this figure. I'm sorry to say, guys, but it looks a lot more blocky and just stubby and gimpy looking than it really should. I don't understand what went on in terms of the sculpt of this figure, but it just looks off when you compare it to the original. It's less elegant. I mean, the design is always kibbly, but it looks worse on this new figure. And we're supposed to have new, better engineering, and I'm not really seeing that on like 90% of this figure. The only like major upgrade is wrist swivel on this guy, you know? It really doesn't make sense to me. And the mammoth mode, correct me if I'm wrong, the mammoth mode had pretty much no visible robot kibble unless if you turned it over. And you look at this promo image, and you could see Big Convoy's head and chest sticking right out, just out there in the open. That totally kills the purpose of, I don't know, a robot in beast mode. I was almost going to say a robot in disguise, but I don't know, that didn't really count back then with Beast Wars. But it kills the point of this guy turning into a mammoth. I know beast modes are never perfect, but if you got the head and the chest just visibly sticking out, what is the point of even transforming it like that? It just looks silly to me. So I don't know, man. At least some of the weapons look kind of cool. Like, I don't know what that white weapon he's holding is. If anybody can tell me in the comments, I don't know if it's from the anime or not. I can't remember. I haven't seen that anime in like 3 years, so I'm drawing a blank. Overall, there's really not a whole lot improved on this guy. The only big improvements I'd say are the wrist swivel, the articulated nose of the mammoth being better than the original, it looks like. And maybe you could say the butterfly joint, but again, the original figure had movements that simulated a butterfly joint. It just wasn't actually molded onto the figure like this one is. So that's kind of an improvement, kind of not, depending on the way you look at it. Everything else, I'm just not digging. The paint apps is okay. It just kind of falls flat to me. The sculpt, the shape of it, it looks a lot more blocky than it should for Big Convoy. It's not as elegant and grand and, dare I say, big looking. Say that again. So yeah, I mean, I just don't like this release overall. It's decent if you don't have a Big Convoy, but at this point, I just get the original, honestly. I mean, you could probably get that for like $90 to $100. You're spending like $30 more, but in my opinion, you're getting a bit more with that original figure than this figure here. But yeah, guys, let me know down in the comments below. How do y'all feel about this new Big Convoy release? Do you think it's better than the original, or do you not? And yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye!